All right. It is so good to see you, Jonathan and Oksana. It has been too long.
It's been way too long, but it's great to see you.
Great to see you.
How is Miami treating you?
Miami's treating us very well as it usually does. It's nice and sunny weather over here. And it's just a great place to be, especially for Mira Quién Baila, which is what we're doing right now.
Well, I'm so excited to see you guys back on the show. Now, how many seasons? I feel like, Jonathan, you may have done a season maybe more than Oksana or vice versa, or same amount.
No, same amount. We both skipped one season.
Yeah.
So this is our fourth time.
It's our fourth season back.
Oh, so good to see it. Now, I know that Univision has done something a little bit different. I think, if I'm correct, all the contestants are from the network, which I think is actually a really smart idea.
You did your homework. Yes. Yeah. This season is a little bit different. I think a lot had to do with, especially, the whole pandemic going on. But they tried a different format this season, and you're right, I actually love it too. It's kind of all in-house, Univision All-Stars, as you can say. So we have people from Despierta America, which is kind of like Good Morning America.
Mm-hmm.
We have from the sports channels, we have a journalist, we have actors, singers, we have contestants from Univision shows. So we kind of have the whole parameter of everything there.
Oh, I love that. And I think what a lot of people don't realize, because if they're thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to understand it, Casper Smart is judging in English. And, it's actually kind of fun to watch and see how much of my Spanish I can like sort of pick up and catch. So I actually enjoy watching it.
I'm in the same shoes. I thought, I started learning it. And then I thought this season I'm going to understand everything. I mean, it's better than it used to be, but yeah, I understand.
It's actually good. And I kind of love the mix of English and Spanish. I'm sure Casper, for him, is like, he just picks up what he can in the show. I'm like, I feel like I get to catch every third word, but it's a great way to learn the language, honestly.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And I'm just glad that we have like it's not just a Latin-based community. We have people from all over. We have people from all over the United States, Latin America, Eastern Europe. So, we have it from all over.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of Castilian Spanish too. Maybe in the host.
Yes.
I caught that in the language. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I love this. So for people who haven't seen Mira Quién Baila, explain the concept, because it's different from people who watch Dancing with the Stars, which I love the concept of how you guys switch around.
Yeah.
Yes, so we don't do only ballroom. We do all of the styles like hip hop, contemporary, Broadway, jazz, disco, freestyle, like
regional Mexican.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun one.
Which is a really fun one, but also very difficult.
Can you explain what regional Mexican is? Because I think for dance fans, they're probably like, what does that mean?
Yeah. So it's more, how do I say it? It's less on the technical side. It's a very Latin-based Mexican dance. It's very partner-based. So you have a lot of kind of, I would say like, kind of just moving around, jumping from feet to feet.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
very
really close.
Jumpy and bouncy, and there's some crazy tricks expected.
Yeah.
Well, that's right up Jonathan's alley.
Exactly. Yeah. But I will tell you, the style isn't. My first season, the first season I did with Mira Quién Baila, that was my my first dance ever that I had. They were like, "You're gonna have regional Mexican."
Were you Googling and watching YouTube videos, going, "Okay, what am I gonna do?"
Of course, that's all I could do. I was like, "Oh, great, I got this." I'm like, "Oh my god, what the heck?" But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a different experience, and it was kind of cool just to be thrown into that, because that's the only way really you learn sometimes.
But that's why, the dancers that are hired on the show, we make sure that, we have good representation of each style. So, for example, I will not be doing hip hop or anything that I'm not, so sure.
But she does it. Let me tell you, she does it. And she does it well. Don't let her fool you. She does it.
So then, our celebrities, we switch them around every week. So if they have hip hop, they would be partnered up with a hip hop professional dancer. If they have ballroom style, they would go to me, or we have a couple other girls who are ballroom, or boys, and if they have contemporary. So according to the style, we're gonna be partnered up like that every week.
I love the switching, and I know that Dancing with the Stars has tried it, and they do switch up week, but everyone's so already entrenched with their partner that by the time they switch, it's a head game. But when you come in and know every single week you're working with a different pro, the expectations are different. You understand that you have to be fluid with the situation. What is it like for you as a pro to have a different partner every week?
I think for us, it's I like the changing of it just because you get to experience different personalities and the way people work. Some people work great under pressure, some don't, and then it kind of trains you to be an all-around mentor for these people. Because maybe the way one person worked the week before is not the way this next person's going to be. And you have to really train your mind to be like, okay, if I'm going to go in there and I already know this person gets nervous because I worked with her week one, then you take a different approach. And some people are like, all right, give me the music. I just need music. I don't need counts. We have a lot of those. But I like it. I think it's a lot of fun switching around. And you
Yeah.
just you get to know everybody. And it doesn't feel too competitive towards each other. Like in Dancing with the Stars, like this is my partner and we're gonna win. It's like you want everybody to win. You want everybody to do good and progress.
There's of course a lot of jokes about that. Who's the partner, of course.
Oh
but
yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it really, because you have like no skin in the game, there is this like more probably community feeling of like we just want everyone to do well. And I mean,
Yes.
unless someone is a complete pain in the butt, other than that, you're gonna be like, this is great. And I loved working with this person. I love working with this person. And
Yeah,
I think it's great training in terms of being a dance educator too, because you learn some people are
absolutely.
visual learners, some people, have to learn off music or counts or anything else
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, no, it's great. And also this season we've been brought in as a supervising choreographers, so we have to oversee everybody and everything. Because our boss who hired us, Rodrigo Barsuto, he's associate creative director for X Factor, American Idol. He works on pretty much everything. So he came into Mira Quién Baila, but he had to leave. Um,
To start.
Actually, this week he had to leave to start American Idol. So we kind of had to now step in, and he's been training us throughout this whole entire years. He's like one of the best mentors we've had, as in the aspect of being behind the scenes a little bit more. And he's just brilliant. Like when we do camera block, he's so active. He's like, he gets on the headset, he's like, okay, no, but listen, if we go through this angle here, they look through here and they look like that. And I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty amazing. He has that mind, and he's been training us to do that too. So with that being said, we have to do that with everybody. So it is a fair game for all of us. It is a big community, and we all just want each other to do really well.
I also love that so many dancers and choreographers are stepping into that creative director role, creative producer role. We've seen Mandy do it and Nappy Tabs and everything else. But what has been the most surprising thing about stepping into that role as a supervising choreographer? Because it's another like elevated level in your career.
For me, the most surprising was I was very nervous about it, but when I put the headset on, people actually spoke English in there, so that was a very pleasant surprise.
You're like,
I'm like,
phew.
how am I ever gonna, do this at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest surprise element for me was it went from kind of like shadowing him to learn everything to the next week he had to leave, and you just jump in there.
Got to do it.
That was a shocking thing for me. And yeah, of course, I was nervous. I was extremely nervous. I wasn't as comfortable, because you're speaking to cameras, you're speaking to directors.
You have to make decisions, which, you're nervous to make those decisions. And if it's bad decision, it's going to be your fault.
Yeah. But at the same time, what Rodrigo told us is like, the only way to learn is by doing it. He goes, that's what my mentor did for Brian Burtt with him. And he goes, that's how I learned. And it's true. And now, as we're going to go into it a little bit more, I feel like, we're going to get a little more comfortable with it, and, try to really get creative with it.
And you guys have each other too to sort of collaborate, which is good. You have a safety net if you're feeling a little nervous about a decision. But I also think too, he trusted you. He knew to pick you. So you have to have confidence behind that going. He wouldn't just randomly pick
No,
us.
no.
He knows you can handle it. Is there anything different? Because you guys have worked in non-COVID times on the show and in COVID times. Is there a studio audience? Are they able to do anything like that? No.
No, but we are now sitting and watching each other performance, which we weren't before. And that's actually very nice because, you feel that support from everyone, and it's much better than just an empty space or room full of audience. It just kind of gives you nerves.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, it feels like family watching you, and it's just
Oh,
great
yeah.
energy.
It's
And
great.
you guys are you're on the floor level or close to the floor level, unlike Dancing with the Stars, which was way up there, right?
Yeah, no, we're like right behind the judges in like a little, we call it the VIP area. But it's right behind the judges, and we get to just cheer each other on, and we get to see each other's routine. And yeah, it's that brings a different energy to us, because I remember our first show, it was different for sure, because we're used to people screaming like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of does at the first show. Remember, it was like, oh my God, it almost, dress rehearsal was like, wow, this is how it's going to be. It's going to feel like almost like a dress run through.
Right.
But having, our friends back there and the other contestants, they go crazy. They get up and they start dancing. I just love it. It's awesome.
I also appreciate the music choices on this show. I have to admit, they are much more aligned with the dance styles, which is sometimes a criticism I sometimes have with Dancing with the Stars, because I'm like, that is not a cha-cha at all. They have to somehow make it up. And I was like, oh, I can actually like hear the cha-cha rhythm and, seeing it matched up.
Does a great job with, listening to us, what we need to music to sound like, and just bringing it all together.
And it's cool because they allow us to collab. So like if they'll give us a reference track, and they'll say, okay, here it is. Let us know what you need. We say, okay, great. I want a slowed intro, and then I need a beat like this to put it in here. And so we really can get creative with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it just creates a better story for your routine. Like, I need whispers when here, and I need footsteps when I'm walking across here, and it gets really cool. You can get really creative with it.
Oh, I love that too, because it really allows a collaborative feel to working with the music and the choreographer and for you as a pro. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then the other challenging difference about this season, that all of our celebrities, they are still working. So the schedule is crazy, it's double work for them. They, they do their whatever shows they do, like first half of the day or second half of the day, different for everybody. And then they go to rehearsal. So they are extra tired. There's some people gonna start at 7:30 a.m. next week because
their schedule is just it's insane.
How many hours of rehearsal do you get with them on an average day?
Okay, so right off the bat, they have to learn 2 routines. Right off.
You saw my face. I know what that's like. That's hard. That's a lot of pressure.
Oh, well, actually 3, because then they have to do the opening as well. We try to keep the opening routines not so much choreography based for them, more like these are your celebrities. But typically, I think a day about 3 or 4 hours per routine. That's it.
Wow. That's not a lot of time to like clean and polish and get that show ready.
Mm-mm.
And they pretty much have only 3 days like that, because then we have camera blocks and rehearsals and all that.
So it's kind of like a So You Think You Can Dance schedule.
Yeah.
But you're working with trained dancers on So You Think, and obviously these people.
Much is like that. It very much is a combination of So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars. With the switching of the partners sometimes and the styles. Yeah, it is.
Interesting. And I'm not familiar with Univision's studio facilities. Is everyone sort of working on the same studio lot, and it's easy for them to come over, or are they like over here and then they're running back to?
Normally we have 4 rehearsal spaces at Univision, but usually in the beginning of the season, when we have more people, we have extra rehearsal space that we would travel to. But yeah,
some of the celebrities, yes, they do work within the same studio lot. So they'll, as soon as they're done, they'll go to their next show. Or the ones that are done filming in the morning, they'll come straight into our studios. So it is kind of like a little neighborhood right there.
It's amazing. I love that. And how many weeks is this season going to be?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, fantastic. Since we are in week 2, how is it going so far? I know, let's see. I'm like, you had Lindsay Casanelli the first week, right? And then you had Chef Isus. Is that right? Isus?
I had 2. I had Roberto for my first round. We did quick step. And then I had Chef for his second dance. which he won.
He did. He won the best of the night.
I love that. That's exciting. That's gonna give you like, it's a good like affirmation of like, we did this.
Very proud moment.
Yeah. The first week is always like the week you have to really shake out the nerves. How do you think your contestants did?
Oh, I think Lindsay did an incredible job. I mean, I think for everybody in general, you're exactly right. It's as soon as I think they start feeling it camera block day. That's when they go out there and they're like, they have their costume on, and it's not the actual show yet, but everybody's watching, and that's when you can start telling like some people are like, oh my god, and you're like, no, it's okay, just calm down. Nobody's here. It's just us. But I think Lindsay did such an incredible job. I think that was one of the best times she's ever done that number, and she's she had full trust in herself.
There were some good lifts in that tango.
No, thank you. No, she did really, really good. I was really proud of her. And this is someone who has zero dance training. She even says it herself. She goes, I don't even like working out. I hate working out. I never do. She really doesn't. So
her body must be so sore because like those first couple days of dance, you're like, ugh.
Oh yeah, getting closer to the show, she's like, oh man, my ribs are killing me.
Yep.
Like,
welcome to dance. It's a sport.
Absolutely.
And same with Roberto, the first ever rehearsal, the first thing he told me, he's like, you're gonna have a challenge with me. That was his before anything.
You're like, okay.
He did amazing. He first show it was duello night, so it was one going against another, so Roberto won his duello, and I think he did really good. But he was nervous, and his way to show his nervousness, he just can't stop joking around. He just he just joke after joke. He's like saying, okay, I'm gonna run away. I need to go to the bathroom.
He's a handball.
Yeah.
I love it. I know that Alan Jenkin and Sophia Gavami are also have joined you guys on the series this season. I love seeing their faces turn up. Did you guys have a hand in getting them on the show?
Yeah, we recommended both of them for the show just because we've worked with Alan for 10 plus years. And Sophia Gavami, we've worked with her, I think like last year or the year before that, but we knew they were incredible talent. I mean, there was no doubt about that. And I had a feeling that they would both be really, really good, teachers and mentors to these celebrities. And they so are. Like we hit it dead on with them. They're incredible.
Sophia's a superstar when you watch her dance. Like, I don't think people realize like what she's like. You just have to like snap your head and go, who is that?
Yeah. She's a superstar on the stage, but she's a great teacher. Really, really
good to know.
And stern.
Yeah,
really.
We know Alan's got the teaching thing like down pat. Yeah, I always love watching him dance as well. And Sophia's from Miami, I believe, too, or in the area.
Yeah. She's from Miami. I think she like lives close by.
I love it. What a fun kind of hometown show to be able to do too. I love that.
Yeah.
Outside of Mira, I can't pronounce it. Mira Quién Baila. It's the Mira that trips me up.
I know.
I know you guys have really kind of like dove into acting. I love that Leah Remini has been your mentor through all of this. She's the best. Sort of talk about your journey with all of this.
I'm gonna let you start.
Well, yes, I filmed my first short film a while back, and now it finally came out. It's currently streaming on this channel called
Roku.
Yeah, it's.
I have Roku channel.
Oh, you should check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's from March 19th through March 25th.
Okay.
So just 1 week. And
what is it called? Just so I.
Steel Will.
Steel Will.
Steel Will. Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and I really enjoyed working on it. Yeah. And it was over too fast.
That is exciting.
Yeah, Leah even warned us too. She goes, as soon as you get one and then it's over, you're gonna have like this withdrawal. And
they call it the acting bug for a reason. Once you've been bitten.
Yeah. No, but she was incredible in it. We watched it together, and it just, it made me emotional to see her like that. And I'm so proud of her. I mean, I think it's something that none of us thought we would have such a great passion for, but like, Leah is another great mentor that we've had in our lives. And we're just so lucky and blessed, to have her as a coach and somebody who's kind of guided us in this whole new acting career.
And also our friend
Edward.
Edward he's also an actor, so he's another coach that is
Yeah.
training us. And just timing worked out when pandemic started with all this time on our hands. It's always been the interest, but never time to do it.
Yeah.
And that was just perfect opportunity, and
Yeah.
things working out. And now, do your news.
Oh yeah. So so yeah, since we both kind of dove into it, I just booked my first short film finally, and I'm really excited to start. So as soon as I get back from Miami, I think like within 2 weeks, I start filming right away my first short film, and I'm excited. But I have those jitters still. This is something brand new. But like I said, as soon as I get back, I'm probably going to be in every day with Leah, working with the scripts and everything with her because, she works them hard and it's really good.
I know. I was going to say, the one thing I always love about Leah is that she's not going to sugarcoat it. When things need to be worked on, she's going to tell you. But when things are good, you're going to know because she's also going to tell you.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, she doesn't sugarcoat anything. Sometimes, I'll call her randomly just for simple advice on how to caption a post sometimes. And she's like, let's not do that. And I love it. It's amazing. She's just such a great friend, such a sweetheart, and she's caring. And yeah, I mean, she's just helped us throughout this whole way.
Yeah.
And
I love her. I met her years and years ago before she did Dancing with the Stars. And I interviewed her randomly at like Ringling Brothers Circus. It was like a celebrity night.
Oh, really?
And we had the weirdest, most hilarious, quirky, fun interview. We just like, when you just click with someone, and I was like,
yeah.
God, I love her. That was it. So then when she did Dancing with the Stars, I was like, I'm on board. I'm team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And she's
Yes.
great.
She is great. Well, I'm so excited for you guys. Just, I'm always happy to see it's been a tough year. It's been a long year. So I'm so happy to see people working. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And I love seeing another creative channel for you guys besides dancer, choreographer, creative producer, supervising choreographers and now acting. So it's always a thrill to catch up with you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. For us, it's like, we never want to stop. We always want to keep learning. And, most of the things we do, we're doing acting, not just, for acting, because it's just going to help us in our whole entire business in general,
I've always been told, a lot of choreographers have said, some of the ones from like couple generations beyond ours have said that some of their favorite dancers become really great actors and vice versa. You always need that acting and tell a story within
Absolutely.
a dance. You guys already know how to tell a story. So that's already within you.
Yeah, it's just like different way of expressing yourself. So it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're already comfortable with your body. A lot of actors sometimes don't know how to move. You guys already have that.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
As I took one of the Howard Fine acting course. He's amazing. He's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But he's first thing he said is dancers tend to do better with acting just faster, just because they are comfortable. Their bodies are ready. They're able to kind of, you can tell like mannerisms through your body because you know how to do that. You're trained to do that. So get a little head start there.
I love that. Well, much continued success to you guys, and looking forward to watching. I'm going to be watching week 2 and very excited. So good luck to both of you.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
So good. I hope to hug you guys in LA sometime
soon. Air hug from here.
I know. I'm half vaxxed. I got like one more half. So
good for you. Oh my God. I need to get that as soon as I get back. Congratulations though. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. I know it's very exciting. And I'm like, I can't wait. April 8th, I'm done. So,
awesome.
But yeah.
That's so great.
So I look forward to catching up with both of you back in LA for sure.
Sounds good. Stay safe out there.
You too. Thanks.